They really didn't trim up. They do that on their own.
Oh,
Those trees over there. They trimmed them all up for fire suppression. So, but this is an open stand ponderosa. This is one of the ways you'll see ponderosa. Ponderosa are found throughout the park, but every time we have an open bald area, about the tree that you're going to see most often in that area is going to be a ponderosa pine, and it's going to be the major tree. And this is the way they like to grow, but they'll grow in a mixed stand. And a lot of the park is a mixed conifer stand, and really, and we'll talk about grand fir, and Richard will talk more about this, but it's a grand fir climax.
I wondered what it I thought maybe that I didn't know if
But this isn't. This is.
In general, we're in a grand climax.
But most of the park is a grand fir climax. There's some other. There's little pieces and pockets, different ones, but yeah, that's the easiest one. And we'll talk about a climax. Richard will talk a little bit more, but we'll talk about what a climax tree is. But in this stand, ponderosa is going to be your climax tree for the most part. It's never going to get too much grand fir or anything like that under it because it's so open. Only pines like to grow in the open areas. They like sunlight. You know, aspens will jump in, but yeah, aspens are just show. I guess for the most part, they grow here and there. They have reasons why where they grow, there. But now then, a true aspen stand, like in Colorado, where they have those huge aspen stands, there is a reason they grow there, and nothing else grows there. And then they aren't the climax. The spruce is the climax for those. But so these are all different age groups. The trees we're looking at here, if you notice, look at the bark. It's not that bright orange rust color that you associate with ponderosa pine, because when they're younger, they don't have that bark. As they mature, they get that bark. In fact, at one time, biologists or botanists, which are biologists that study trees or plants, thought that this species and the orange ponderosa were two different species. They didn't even consider them the same species. It wasn't until they really started looking at them and realized that, no, wait a minute, they start out as little trees. They start out as little trees, but they grow up and slowly, and as they mature, their bark changes.
No, he's the one right through there.
The older ones.
Yeah.
Yellow one.
Yeah.
Yellow pine.
And these
Yeah.
are starting to go here and here. There's a few over there that are starting to change. Yeah. So they get darker, but when they're, I mean oranger, when they're they at one time they called these jack pines. Loggers called these jack pines, and the orange ones ponderosa or yellow pine. So let's go walk back here and